Ah, boy, the calamity, you know, the kind of the crunching that really is happening, whether you think it's the cosmos or just people or who knows what people are thinking. Babes, we were getting bombarded, you know. Um, the Taurus call that keeps vibrating with because Uranus is there, and Uranus has just gone forward or no backwards. It hit 23 degrees for the first time. It's the farthest it's ever gone, but now it's going backwards again, and it's going to be hitting 22 and going backwards throughout October, and um, it's still in Taurus. So this is pointing at the Aquarius age, which, see, for me, it just makes sense to get a mule, a really good riding mule that knows how to pull things on a wagon. You know, like what I'm talking about is like logs, actual big tree logs and stuff, to get them towards the road so that I can bring the car and cut and load. Um, some kind of piece of equipment, the equipment that I would need would be a mule. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I dialed right in on it today. It's just like, oh, that's obvious, and it's too bad that we're not doing that. That's what's missing. In 1905, tell you a little story, in this area, well, how did they do it? You know, well, they worked horses. I used to have a stagecoach out here, a wagon. Really, there were tree logging wagons that the horses would pull. And anyway, I dialed in on it. It's like, oh God, we are so crippled without having those micro climatic or cosmic tools and know how to work, you know, to be savvy about the area that we are in. It's so different. I don't know why it needs to be mixed up. Where it's like, oh, we got to put this asphalt to the point of a triangle here all the time. I'm telling you, people don't know what I mean. I'm just explaining it strange, but they put this berm. It's a fucking berm. To me, I think it's as hilarious as saying, "Wow, it snowed a lot of asphalt last night." And but did you see the plow? What it did? The berm that it created on the side of the road of asphalt. There's a berm out there on roads. It's at least what? How many miles of fucking berm did they? On top of the fact that they resurfaced the road, they put a berm, and it's like you can see that they were trying to. I wonder if that has caused anybody any problems. See, my idea. I wish I wasn't so bugged by this, but I think it's like I gotta do this. I gotta do it. Make little signs. Everybody knows my signs now. And I'm going to put them on the public road, on the telephone poles, where the berms are. And I'm just going to say, please, no more of this. Call your local city projects manager regarding this particular project. And they call it the gas tax. They put a sign up, and it's like, why do they put that? It's an awful sign. It's a sign that's equal to like it could be a stop sign, but it's a triangle, like it's whatever has a triangle. It's a big fucking hideous sign, like a city sign, a new sign. It's stuck into the ground that says project funded by gas taxes. And it's like, well, who cares? What are you talking about? What are you saying? Do we need to call you up? Yes, call them up and complain. Say no more. Oh, if you can just remove the berm. You know, I can understand beefing up, say, like with my driveway, if that, but that berm thing cannot be happening. No, we have a curb. We don't need a berm. We have a curb. Whew. Man, that berm shit out there. I'm telling you, I'm not kidding. I'm gonna take a picture of it tomorrow. I can't believe it. It's like, you know, we are going through trauma after trauma after trauma, and then this is what the narcissist does. This is what abusers do. They know that they can do this. Happening in Hawaii, where people are traumatized, and they don't know what's going to become of their life, but people are saying, here, would you like to take $70,000 or something like that for your 60 acres or something like that? Wow, some of the tribes on some of those islands are saying, we don't want your money, we want our land. And so, I mean, those people really, I mean, if they're native, if they're really so beautifully connected to nature, they know that that stuff comes right back the next year. Just use the charcoal. It's kind of unfortunate, but recompost. Well, what the government, they always try to do, they say, the water is contaminated. And it's really like, just fight it. Say, well, let's go see for ourselves. Go and take it to Home Depot and get the water tested. But no, find out. I mean, just tell them that's what they're doing is some of the, their tribes. But really, I imagine me doing this. I'm like, my place burns. I'm going to come right back here. I'm going to be fascinated. Wow, it's all rocks. Let's live through the whatever is going to go through now, and let's rebuild it. And it shouldn't be any of their business how we manage ourselves here, especially if we just croak. They don't care if we croak. They want us all pushed around and kicked around, and really they would fry us up if they really wanted to. I mean, if they could do it without it making it look like an accident, they do. Anyway, hell of a thing, by October here in the middle, when here I am looking at the ephemeris, when Venus gets out of Leo, some astrologers forget to mention it, but that's when Black Moon Lilith and Venus both go into uh, Virgo at the same time. And okay, so where is that? Here it's at it's on the 10th of October, and that is well, with the planets building up to this, it's not going to be a bad thing. It's going to be, see, it's like, well, I just got the vision of how, well, if you have a splinter or a wound, like one time I had a burn, put a fire out, and I stopped the fire, but right, I lit the fire and then stopped it. Anyway, terrible story. But at least I stopped it from getting worse. But I burnt the hell out of myself, and you have to clean that wound. And that's what this reminds me of. Is like, well, we've been cleaning the wound, but believe it or not, we've been really cleaning ourselves. This here, we have this. Oh, what is it? See, on the 13th, Mars is going to square Pluto. Well, I'm sorry. Let's look. It's more like, wow, it's on the 6th. Sorry. It's on the 6th that Mars squares Pluto. And if you're a Plutonian person, which I am, or a Martian person, what I call you're going to be influenced by it. If you have a sign, a planet in the sign at that degree, which is around about 27, Pluto, yes, is at 27 degrees Capricorn, so Mars is going to be 27-degree Libra, about ready to go into to Scorpio, which is like it's at its home sign, and that's like really intense. See, what I see is healing with Mars in its home sign of Scorpio, and then Mercury is going to go right at the same time here. Look, it goes into Libra, and that's it's a harmonious place. Something else going on though. You have to look at that. Oh, with Venus, sorry. With Venus going into, at the same time, on the 10th, just shortly after, well, good old Mars is going into Scorpio on the 13th, and Venus will have been into Virgo on the 11th, just before. And okay, so the Mars in Scorpio, sorry, and the Venus in Virgo coming up, starting at the middle of October. We can get through this Pluto square. The Pluto square is going to cause inflammation. It's going, like I said, if you have a cardinal degree, which is Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, and Aries, particularly, you just kind of aim at those angles at 27 degrees, which I have Mercury there and Uranus conjunction there, but the Mercury is like, ugh. It will change. So you're gonna go through a hard time. See, I'm being triggered off, with that. It's just I'm used to it though. The Pluto is. Oh boy, it's like this is your brain on a Pluto square. The entire human culture is being just doused. I mean, you want to talk about frying your brain with the, like, hello, Pluto, can you get fucking morbid and talk about it? Yes! Frying your brain with what? Well, did you notice the 60,000 satellites that are going up into outer space? Have you been avoiding your metal induction? Come on, get with it. What are you talking about, your metal induction? I'm talking about the nanoparticulate matter and all the whole scientific just trying to get it into our bodies and snap out of it, Shauna. Boy, that's not very nice, is it? I'm trying. I was getting my sage, get saged up. Believe it or not, see, this is the Librian generation. Is this thing still going? Pardon me, I have to see. The Librian generation, which is, I say that, it's my generation. It's the people who were born with Pluto, and Uranus was very strong around that time in Libra. I call it the Libra generation. Well, we're gonna, if we survived it, if we're not all bent up and fucked up from having drank so much Kool-Aid and thought it was a great idea to do what? Do all the traditional stuff? Especially don't get married. Hold it now. Just wait and hold on. I really miss riding horses, See, the beginning of this video I wanted to talk about is just whatever is supposed to happen for you, it's happening now and it will happen. Just keep meditating and wait and answer the calls that come. Stay ready, right? You always hear that. Be ready to be ready. Keep the space open for the new. Listen, and rise to the slightest occasion. This is your life. This is time. The time is now. Get plenty of rest. Make sure you eat plenty in the morning. The key, really, I'm telling you, my secret right now, and I know a lot of people already know this, is get up really early in the morning. I heard this one guy, he said, well, I get up at 3:30. I'm like, huh? And I'm starting to do that, and I understand why. I'm going to start writing to the letters to the editor, all of the newspapers up there. We need to stop that fucking asphalt fucking company from coming here. Did I talk about this yet? Probably. What did I talk about? 15 minutes there. Woo! Make sure you record all of the videos you're doing. You, not me. I'm just toying with things. It's me again.